Good morning, or wherever you are catching the replay, whatever time of day. I hope you're having a beautiful May 1st, 2022. And for those that aren't familiar with me, my name is Natalie, and I am a medium who channels higher realms, higher states of consciousness, and delivers messages for individuals who are seeking guidance on their journey. So, I just wanted to give you a brief little introduction to who I am and what I do. And I also wanted to just share a little bit about what this 4 week long meditation practice is going to be like. So, for the first week, we're going to begin with 5-minute meditations, and then we will gradually build, every week up to 20 minutes, just so that you can practice a little bit more and learn to sit a little bit longer. And again, take this at your own pace. Maybe I didn't say that, so when I say again, it's pretty funny. But so take this at your own pace. Go at your own speed, and if it's not resonating with you at the time, take a break. Don't worry about it. This is really something that I want to discipline myself um, to do because I notice how much it helps me. I notice that if I begin my morning with meditation, the rest of my day feels like it's set up for success. I deal with a lot of, I like to call it, I mean, even though I was diagnosed with ADHD, and, so it helps me to center myself for the rest of the day. And it also helps me to be a little bit more meditative throughout my day, help me to be more mindful. And that's what I'm hoping to bring to you, is to just see how um, being present, being in the moment, how starting your day can actually set that moment up for success, set the rest of your present moments up for success. And that's the key, right? When I say set up the next present moment, that's the key, is to be in the moment. So, for those of you that aren't familiar with a meditative practice, who are, very new to this, one of the biggest struggles that I have or have had in the past is understanding that your mind is going to wander. Your mind is going to think about anything and everything it can. And, just so you know, it is a beautiful morning in Arizona. I mean, it's gorgeous. I have my sweater on right now because it's a little chilly for me because I'm born and raised Arizonan. And you can hear the birds singing. You're going to hear a lot of outdoor noises. I can't do this live inside because my 3-year-old is still sleeping, and so is my husband. So I didn't want to wake them up by doing this talk. But you'll hear some chirping from the birds that are hanging out with me, and that's a good way to kind of have natural music, right? There's something that's going to anchor you into that. When the mind starts to wander and it starts to think about your daily to-dos, to come back into your outside noises. What's the present moment? What are you going through? Um, and like right now, I'm staring at a beautiful Cooper's hawk, looking at the sun, just, basking in its rays. And it's just really beautiful to see. That's why I keep looking up, because I haven't experienced this with the hawk just kind of staring at me. So it's quite beautiful. So I just want you to all meet yourself where you're at. You're not going to be expert in this moment, or if you're attending this right now, and you haven't had a meditative practice for a very long time, like myself, where, I practice here and there, but starting today, I decided I'm going to dedicate this entire month to meditate daily because I notice how much it helps me. So, you meet yourself where you're at. And I've practiced meditation now for about 10 years, and I'll tell you, if you're just like exercising, from my understanding, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get into shape. and it takes 3 to 4 days to get out of shape. So just like training your muscles, just like building up to do a marathon type of thing, you've got to practice every day, or if you don't use it, you lose it type of thing. And that's where I found myself in. I found myself, if I'm not doing a regular practice, um, it really throws me off, and it's hard to get back into the groove. So that's why I wanted to start at 5 minutes. Now, um, I have been able to sit as long as an hour in my past. Now I can sit up to 30 minutes. So, take this at your own pace. And if you want to sit longer, because like I said, I'm going to be doing 5 minutes. If you want to sit longer, you're welcome to. You don't have to leave right away. It's really up to you. Meet yourself where you're at and enjoy the journey. So, speaking of enjoy the journey, what I encourage you to do, I encourage you to log or journal what you have noticed from day 1 to um, day 30. I was thinking of stopping at um, Sunday the 29th, but then, with a little bit of the OCD that I experience, I don't know if I could just stop abruptly on a Sunday, maybe do the next several days after that. We'll see. But again, I'm going to meet myself where I'm at, and I'm going to meet you where you're at. So, um, yeah. And you could take a little journal and notice, like, what did day 1 feel like? Did day 1 feel good? Was I able to do it pretty well? Did I notice myself a little restless, a little frustrated? It doesn't have to be a long paragraph. It's just something to kind of journal or log your journey, what you've noticed. Okay. So, what I'd like you to do right now, and again, it's not about what I want you to do, it's about what you want to do. It's about where you are at in this moment. And I hope you all can hear me. I'm having a little bit of morning voice, so I tend to drop a little bit of an octave in the morning. So I'm speaking up as loud as I can right now, as loud as I feel comfortable to speak up. So if I need to, I'll go back and look at, how many do I need a mic to do this a little bit better. So I apologize. This is my very first live stream on YouTube. So yeah. And again, you're going to catch this in the replay. So feel free, please write comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and it'll be a journey. So, what I'd like you to do is, again, meet yourself where you're at and just notice if the body's comfortable. And just like I did, you can take a deep breath and just notice, are you only filling the chest? And if you're only filling the chest, I encourage you, and I looked over because I noticed that there's some bunnies running in my yard and scratching at the fences, so it kind of distracted me. So again, getting just familiar with your surroundings, getting familiar with how you feel in that surrounding. And that's the beginning of just going within. And now what I'd like you to do is close your eyes. Straighten the back, your posture. And if you want to lean up against a wall, you're welcome to. If you're in a chair, that's fine. Even if you're laying down, that's perfect. Whatever is perfect and right for you in this moment. And just rocking yourself into a comfortable position. Maybe straighten up the back a little bit more. Raising the neck and the head. And what I like to do is tilt the head back a little bit more, a little bit up to as if you're just slightly gazing above. And with that said, I encourage you to keeping your eyes closed, raising your gaze as if you're looking out at a horizon or as if you're looking out to the sky. Maybe you're in your house and you're looking at a piece of artwork or a wall. It doesn't matter. What matters is you're here in this moment, listening to my voice. And just using the imagination, maybe you can even visualize a thread coming down from the sky, coming down from the heavens, coming down maybe from your roof, and just allowing it to connect into the body. Connecting all the way down through the body, down into the ground beneath you. And just notice that this thread helps you to straighten a little bit more. It's almost as if there's something pulling you up straighter, pulling up that posture. And now, just get in tune with the breath. Notice if it's shallow. Notice if it's smooth. Notice its rhythm. There's no need to deepen it. There's no need to take deep inhales unless you're called to it. It's just important to notice your own rhythm. Is it fast? Is it slower? Just meeting where you're at and noticing, maybe being curious about if you can release any tension in the head, checking for tightness in the forehead, since maybe it's a new sensation to close your eyes and raise the gaze. Notice if there's any tension in the jaw, in the neck, in the shoulders, in the back or chest. And maybe by this time, your posture has shifted a little bit. And so notice if it has. And if you'd like to, you're welcome to adjust. And at any time, if the mind wanders into distractions, that's okay. Just be here, listening to those outside noises, listening to the body's rhythm. And before you know it, it has already been 5 minutes, and you're welcome to open your eyes, or you can stay in a meditation a little bit longer, be in this moment. But what I encourage you to do is by the end of your meditation of this day 1, set an intention for your day. Do you intend to be more present? And so, by doing so, you catch yourself in future thoughts, the to-dos, the worries, what you aren't or are doing. You know, are you going to catch yourself and say, I'll get to that in a moment, I'll write it down. I'm going to be more present with what I can do right now. Are you going to discipline yourself to be more mindful of how you're feeling? Whatever your intention is perfect for you. Whatever your goals are, stay in that moment of what is this present moment giving me so that I can take steps towards that goal. And I'll say that mine is to be more disciplined so that when my mind starts to focus on what I'm not doing or how much I should get done in this day, I'm going to meet the moment where it's at. And maybe my daughter will need a little bit more attention today, and that's how it's going to go. Or maybe I get a little distracted and need to focus on maybe something else, and I'm not going to get upset with maybe because I didn't meet all of my to-dos today. It's okay. That's called giving yourself a little grace and being here in this moment. And the sun just rose and it's starting to hit my gaze. I don't know where you're at, but I welcome you. I thank you for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.